Good morning students. In this class we will be doing class 9 triangles chapter, that is chapter 7 in our textbook. Okay, so we have learnt so many things in triangles, that is different triangles are classified depending upon the sides, depending upon the angles, different varieties of triangles are classified, that we have learnt in our lower classes. In your previous classes you have learnt about congruency of triangles. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to learn about congruency of triangles and the sums based on the congruence of triangles and sums based on inequalities of triangles. Okay, so we'll start the class now. So first, what are congruent figures? So congruent figures are when you keep one figure over the other, when you overlap one over the other, exactly it will coincide at all the sides. That is called congruent figure. When you take in the geometry, when you take two lines, when you take two lines, when will you say these two lines are congruent? We'll say that these two lines are congruent when the length are same. So if the length of this AB is 5 centimeter and the length of the CD line segment, this is also 5 centimeter, we'll say that these two are congruent line segment, congruent shapes we will say. Same way, when you take a triangle, this triangle and the other triangle is congruent. When will we say that this triangle and the other triangle is congruent is all the angles of both the triangles and all the sides of both the triangles, if it is same, we'll say that as congruent triangles. Okay, so we have learnt about different types of congruent triangles in your lower classes. There are 4 types of congruent triangles. So we are going to do application of those congruent triangles as the base. We are going to apply that in the given sums. Okay, so we are in the congruent triangles, we have studied about 4 things. First one is SAS congruent. One is SAS congruency, that is two sides of the triangle and the angle and the included angle. If the included angle, if it is equal, then we will say that as SAS congruent. And the second one is ASA. Two angles and the included side are equal, then we will say that the triangles, both the triangles are congruent. And the third one is SSS, that is all the 3 sides of the triangle of both the all the 3 sides of both the triangles are equal, then we will say that that is under SSS congruence. Then the fourth one is RHS congruence, that is in a right angle triangle, the right angle, that is the angle should be 90 degree and the hypotenuse side length should be equal, and any one of the side of the right angle triangle should be equal. So all these are 4 types of congruent triangles we have studied in lower classes. So now we will go to the exercises. In the first exercise 7.1, the sums are based on ASA congruency and one more congruency also we can say, that is AAS. So this ASA congruency is 2 angles and the side should be that included side, that is if you take these 2 angles are equal for both the triangles, this is called the included side, that is ASA congruency. Same way you can say AAS also. Any two angles and one side if it is equal, we will say that as AAS congruence. So this first exercise is based on these 2 congruency of triangles. We will apply these 2 congruency of triangles in the given sums and we will do the sums. So before going to the exercise, we will do a theorem proof, that is ASA congruence rule. For this we will give the proof. Okay. Theorem 7.1 ASA congruence rule. I told you there are 4 congruence triangles. So this is the proof for that ASA congruence rule. Okay. 2 two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of other triangle. So when you take two triangles, you are asked to prove that these two triangles are equal in ASA congruence rule. These two triangles are equal under ASA congruence rule. So when you take triangle ABC and triangle DEF, if you take these two triangles, you are asked to prove that any two angles, if we take any two angles and if we take the included side of that angle, it has to be equal. That is ASA congruence rule. So for proving that, we have to consider the other congruence, SAS congruence. So with the help of that SAS congruence, we will prove this ASA congruence rule. Okay. So before going into this, we know that we have to prove that angle A is equal to angle D. To prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove angle A is equal to angle D. Angle A is equal to angle D. Angle A is equal to angle D and angle B is equal to angle E. Angle B is equal to angle E and AB is equal to DE and AB is equal to DE. This is the thing we are going to prove. Okay, so for proving this, we will get three cases for them. One is length of AB and length of DE will be equal. That is one case. Then the second case is length of AB will be greater than the length of DE. That is the second case. Third case is length of AB will be less than. If the length of AB is less than the length of DE, what will happen? So this is the three case we are going to prove. Okay. So case 1. So case 1 is we will take AB is equal to DE. So for proving that, as I told you, we will use SAS congruence. That is two sides and one angle is equal. That case we will take. So in this triangle, AB is equal to DE. Okay, AB is equal to DE. That is given. Then angle AB is equal to DE given. Then angle B is equal to angle E. Angle B is equal to angle E. Then BC is equal to EF. Then BC is equal to EF. So with these three things, we can say that the triangle ABC is congruent. This is the symbol we will use to write congruency. So a triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF under SAS congruence rule. So under SAS congruence rules, we have proved that ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay. So as I told you, we will be having three cases for this. First one is this one. We will take AB is equal to DE we will take. Second case is, case 2 is AB greater than, case 2 is AB greater than, let AB greater than DE. So if AB is greater than DE, we will get a figure like this. So length of AB and, so this one is A, B, C, D, E, F. So now I am going to take AB greater than DE. So I am assuming a point P on the line segment AB. So I am assuming a point P on the line segment AB. So now we have to prove that PAB, triangle PAB is congruent to triangle DEF. So this is the assumption. Let AB greater than DE. So PB is equal to, so this length of PB is equal to length of DE. This is the thing we have understood. This AB length is greater than DE. First case is AB is equal to DE we have taken. Second case we are going to take as AB greater than DE. So if the length of AB, for example, if it is given as 5 centimeter, if we are taking length of AB as 5 centimeter, DE length is 4 centimeter. So you are keeping a point on AB at the point 4 centimeter. So PB is equal to DE. So therefore PB is equal to DE. PB and DE are equal. Then this angle B is common to both the triangles. This B is common to both the triangles. That is, B and E has equal angle. So angle B is equal to angle E. Okay, so this is given. So PB is equal to DE by construction. PB is equal to this one, DE by construction. Then angle B is equal to angle E, that is given, and angle C is equal to, BC, line BC is equal to EF. This is also given. BC is equal to EF. This is also given. So these two sides and this one angle. So by SAS congruence, triangle PBC is congruent to triangle DEF. So if this is congruent, if PBC is congruent to DEF, PCB, angle PCB, so this is by SAS congruence. Okay, so angle PCB is equal to angle DEF. This is by CPCT, by corresponding parts, congruent part of corresponding triangles. Okay, so by that one we can say that this PCB is equal to DEF. Okay, PCB is equal to DFE. PCB is equal to these two angles, this angle and this angle. So PCB is equal to DFE, that is by CPCT. By CPCT, these two angles are equal. But already we know that this angle ACB, that is angle B is equal to angle E, already we have taken. Then angle AC by CPCT, ACB is equal to DFE. Okay, already it is given that angle ACB is equal to angle DFE. Angle DFE. Now, from these two things, what can we say? LHS and RHS when you equate, PCB, angle PCB is equal to angle ACB. PCB is equal to angle ACB. What is the meaning? Angle ACB and angle PCB coincides with each other. So angle PCB and angle ACB coincides with each other. So they don't have separate angle, both will coincide. So the measurement of the angles, both the angles will be same. Okay, so we have proved that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. In the same way, like how we have taken AB greater than DE, we can take AB less than DE, and in the same way we can prove the other case also, case 3 also, we can prove in the same way that ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So only these are the 3 cases. So with these 3 cases we have proved that two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of other triangle. So this is the proof for ASA congruency. So we'll be doing sums based on these congruency criteria. Now we'll do exercise sums. Exercise 7.1. First sum is in quadrilateral ACBD, AC is equal to AD. AC is equal to AD and AB bisects angle A. So that means this measurement and this measurement, angle measurement will be equal. AB bisects angle A. Show that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD. What can you say about BC and BD? Simple sum only. So this is the application of the previous application of ASA congruency. Okay. So ABCD is the quadrilateral. So we need to say three parts are equal. Then only we can say the congruency of triangles. So in this, what are all the things given? AC is equal to AD. So this is given in the question. Whenever you are writing the equal parts, you have to write first. If you are taking this triangle, that parts you have to write first. Then if you are writing the second triangle, accordingly you have to write it below that. So first one we have to take in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC and triangle ABD. In triangle ABC and triangle ABD. In this, AC is equal to AD. So this is given in the question. Then angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to this angle. Angle BAC is equal to angle BAD. Angle BAD. So this is also given that AB bisects angle A. So you have to write the reason. AB bisects angle A. Since it is bisecting, these two angles are equal in measure. Then one more thing is, this AB is common to both the triangles. That is AB, this measurement AB is equal to AB. So this is common. AB is equal to AB. So this is common. So from these three given parts, we can say that by SAS congruency, that is both the sides and one angle. So these two sides of these two triangles and this angle, we can say by SAS congruency. So by SAS congruency, both the triangles are congruent. So by SAS congruency, so we have to write that. So a triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABD by SAS congruence criterion. SAS congruence criterion. So by this congruency, both the triangles are congruent. One more question is there. What can you say about BC and BD? Since we have proved that both the triangles are congruent, we can say BC is equal to BD. How can you say this? BC is equal to BD by CPCT. That is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So by the CPCT, we can say that BC is equal to BD. Second sum is ABCD is a quadrilateral. So ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AD is equal to BC. So length of AD is equal to length of BC. And angle DAB, this angle DAB is equal to angle CBA. So this full angle. So these two angles are equal. Prove that triangle ABD. So they are taking this part, this triangle. Triangle ABD. So this triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BAC. So these two triangles are congruent. You have to prove the congruency of these two triangles. Okay, then BD, this length, BD is equal to AC and angle ABD, this angle, small angle ABD is equal to angle BAC. So BAC is this one. Okay, so these two angles you are asked to prove. So first thing is ABD and BAC. So when you take that triangle, in triangle ABD and triangle BAC, in triangle ABD and triangle BAC. So if you take triangle ABD, these two triangles if you take, one side is equal, AB is equal to AB. So this AB, ABD and BAC. So you can write it as BA here. So AB is equal to, length of AB is equal to length of BA. So this is given. Is it given? No, it is not given. It is common. So it is common to both the triangles. So when you take these two triangles out, common, see here. So if you take triangles like this, separately if you take these two triangles, here you have A, B, D. Here you have B, A, C. So these two triangles are separated. So in this, these two sides are common, AB and BA. These two sides are common. Then AD is equal to BC. So AD, this side, AD is equal to BC. So AD is equal to BC. So this is given in the question. Okay. Then AD is equal to BC. Then one more thing you have to say that it is common. So what is given? DAB. See here, DAB. So this side, this angle DAB, angle DAB is equal to angle CBA. Angle CBA. So this is also given in the question. Okay, so two sides. See these two sides, and this is called the included angle. So by SAS congruence, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle BAC. So these two triangles are congruent. Okay. So this is the first thing they asked you to prove, so that we have proved. Then the second one is BD is equal to AC. So BD is this one, this length. BD is equal to AC. So this one you know, BD is equal to AC by CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So by that we can say that BD is equal to AC. Then one more thing is angle ABD. Angle ABD. So ABD. So this part of the triangle ABD. ABD. This angle. So if you take in this angle, if you take in that, this angle, then BAC. So this angle. So that one you can say by CPCT. So angle ABD is equal to angle BAC by CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. These two parts are equal. So I have completed a theorem, a proof for a theorem, that is ASA congruency. Then I have done two sums in exercise 7.1 in this class. So the remaining sums I will do it in the next class. So these are all theory based chapters. So whatever is given in the question has to be written properly, then only you will be given full marks for that question. So practice well. So whatever doubts you have, you post me in the comment box. Okay, we will see in the next class. Thank you.